Okay, so I am going to try to distill my thoughts about Evermore. This album came as such a surprise for the second time in 2020. I think all of us, when we saw the news, it was yesterday. When we saw the news yesterday morning, I think we all were like, wait, is this real? I remember I saw it like on a friend's story on Insta, and I saw like the track list with the same font that was used in Folklore, and like kind of a similar aesthetic, but it was in color. She was wearing a different coat, and I was like, am I dreaming? But we weren't dreaming, it was real. She did it a second time. So I have been sitting with this album now for more than 24 hours. Has it been less than 24? I have no idea. But I think I am finally coming to the conclusion. I feel about 95% confident in saying this, that it's better than Folklore. And there's a couple reasons why. So the number one reason why is I think now that she has discovered this sound, this like alternative kind of folk country tinged sound, she's able to implement what she does best, which is writing good songs. It's almost like they're pop songs within the sonic realm that she discovered in Folklore. So the thing about Folklore for me is that when I listened to it the first time, I listened to it all the way through, obviously just like with my like eyes wide open going, what is this? And to this day, I still listen to Folklore the same way. I see it as just one long song. When a song ends, I'm never like, oh, I want to listen to that song again. I'm ready for the next song. And not in a bad way, not like, oh, I don't like that other song. Just in a way that I'm like, I'm ready for the next song because I'm excited about the story the next song is going to tell, and on and on. This album, like, a song will end and I'm like, holy shit, I need to play this song 7,000 times. It is so good. So I just think, made like catchier songs. And I think that's a good thing. I think both of these albums are amazing, but I think what's so great about this one is that she built upon this foundation that she found with the sound. Like Willow, I think, is one of her catchiest singles she's ever released. Like, oh my God, just like, and her vocals are so good, and the imagery she paints with it, and, it's got like, I think the best line is when she says, life was a willow and it bent to your wind. They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and bent right to your wind. I come back stronger than a 90s trend. It's very empowering. So I just think also this is going to end up being a really long video. I'm so sorry. But I also think that this album is less depressing than Folklore. Folklore, even though a lot of it is not autobiographical, I think is doused in this depression because, mainly because it was the product of when lockdown first started. And so obviously we were all depressed. But also in her life, she had just gone through all of the shit with Scooter Braun and Big Machine Records and all that kind of stuff. So she was like going through it herself. Now I think she had all the success from Folklore, was really inspired by working with Aaron Dessner, and of course, Jack Antonoff, all the people that she works with. And she's been re-recording her old music, so I think she's in a place of more happiness personally. And so what this album does is, it's not like a happy album, but it explores a lot more emotionally. It's not just total depression. What strikes me also a lot about this album is that it has a lot of maturity thematically. The first example I'm going to give you is Gold Rush. So Gold Rush is this song that's written about this person that everyone loves, right? Everyone has a crush on this guy. He's beautiful. Everyone wants him. And typically when songwriters write songs like that, they're like, I want you so bad, but everyone wants you, so I will never have a chance with you. It's very longing. And I relate to that sentiment like 1000%. But her perspective in the song is, I don't like a gold rush. Like, I'm not about that life. Like, everyone wants you, and that's actually what turns me off. Like, show me what makes you unique. Show me something that you can give me. Like, I'm not about this shiny object that everyone is going towards. And I think it is so healthy and so mature, and it's hashtag goals. And I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I just like love that we have a song that kind of exemplifies what I think is a very healthy reaction to that person that everyone loves. And then my second example, and I think this is the heart of the record, is Happiness. Happiness it's a very pensive, it's very stream of consciousness, it's very melodic, and it's so mature, it's so like, it's like a person who's gone through extensive therapy and is in a place of peace, It's about looking back on a relationship that was awful, but acknowledging that like, yes, I'm happy outside of this relationship, but there were times when I was happy in that relationship, and that's okay. It's okay for me to acknowledge the happiness that was there. I don't need to be ashamed of that happiness, but also, it's not like ignoring the bad stuff that happened, right? Like, it's not looking back with rose-colored glasses. It's looking back with a healthy perspective and allowing room for all emotions. In fact, there's a part in the song when she kind of, she talks about like this new lover this guy has, and she like kind of slips into this like passive-aggressive, like bitchy tone, and then she's like, oh wait, I'm so sorry, I'm still mad. You haven't met the new me yet. And I think it's just so mature, And so I just think that song, I think, is the heart of this record. Some of my other favorites are No Body, No Crime, which really, it has to go to radio. That song would smash the charts. It would be like, a number one hit. Like, that song is so, like, in the beginning when they're like, he did it, I'm like, kill him. Like, which is what they do. But it's the Goodbye Earl of this new generation. It's the Gen Z Goodbye Earl. And that's Gen Z, right? Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z. Yeah, it's the Gen Z Goodbye Earl. And what else? So Willow, I think, is like super, super catchy, like I said before. Another standout for me is the closing track, Evermore. Which I heard that her boyfriend plays piano on that, and it's just beautiful. But I just think that, that melody is so good. She's able to find a way to interweave different melodies over that main melody throughout the song. And then there's it switches up in Bon Iver's part, but then it comes back to that. So, I just like, I don't know if it's better than Exile, because Exile is so good, but I think it's the perfect closer to this album. I can't wait to hear the other 2 tracks on the physical version. But yeah, yep. I think I'm confident in saying that Evermore is better than Folklore. So that's all.